So if you've just clicked on this video, then congratulations, because you've just come across the only guy on YouTube that's not trying to sell you a course or sell you something else or sell you this or sell you that. I'm straight to the point. I'm as honest as it gets. And if you're thinking about leaving a 9-to-5 job to create a social media marketing agency, or you're just about to start a social media marketing agency, then this video is definitely for you. My name's Joel Blackman. I'm 25 years old and I've had a social media agency for just over 13 months. I couldn't be happier, I'll be honest. Worked my absolute arse off to get to where I am. 5 years ago, I was working a 9-to-5 lifeguarding job thinking, get me out of this shithole. Fast forward 5 years, I'm now sat in my office with free time. I can go on holiday when I want. I can do what I want as long as my clients have been filmed, edited, and uploaded to their social media accounts. A social media marketing agency can nowadays mean many things. It can mean getting a client and just subbing out the work. It can be something like me where the work is all done at home in my office. There's many ways where people can run a social media marketing agency, including the client sends them photos and they just upload it to Instagram. There's more than one way or more than one term of a social media agency. The way I run my business is very intimate, if that's the word. Not intimate in that way, you absolute weirdos. Intimate in a way where all of my clients are actually friends. Like most of my clients, by the way, before I say this, are restaurants. So I can walk into a restaurant and start cracking banter and jokes whilst filming and shooting. I enjoy it. It makes it fun. It's not that big corporate world. It's not massive big companies. It's just restaurants and other clients, which I'm not going to say because you'll probably try and steal my clients, so it's not going to happen this time. But I just have fun with it. Everything's done through me. The filming, the photos, the editings, the posters, everything is done. I wish I could just pan the camera and show you my editing setup, but everything is done here. So I go shoot the client, I come home, edit, put it into a Dropbox folder, schedule the content, and that client is done for the month. I say that like it sounds easy, but honestly, if I'm not going to blow smoke up your ass, I film the client and then gradually over the month I edit and upload. Sometimes I'm a little bit lazy with it. The posts still go out when they're supposed to go out, but in an ideal world, I would love to be able to film, come home, edit, upload everything for that month so I don't have to look at that client. But I say it every time, but it never bloody happens. Now, I started my social media agency. I wasn't even looking into a social media agency. I didn't even really know what it meant. I obviously knew that they uploaded on Instagram for you and stuff like that, but it was never my intentions. I actually come from a background of videography and photography, but I was so channel visioned on one-off videos. I would wait for somebody to call me from Google ads or Facebook ads or my website or a client that I've shot for before and ask for a one-off promo video. And when I changed my mindset and actually decided to create a package that was slightly on the cheap side to completely take over like a full-time job role, it worked. If a client called me right now, I would say to them, listen, I'm going to post on your social media every 2 or 3 days, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. I'm going to do all the filming. I'm going to do all the photos. I'm going to do all the editing. And on top of that, I'm going to run your page and upload for you for this much money. They're like, yeah, when can you start? However, I run my marketing agency very different. Well, I wouldn't say very different. There's people doing the same as me, but there's not many that can do everything I do in a hands up, non-arrogant way. I take the photos, do the videos, do the editing, blah blah blah, do everything myself. I don't sub out any work. It's all done through me. There are a lot, and when I say a lot of media agencies that will take on a client for £1,000, for example, pay a photographer £300, pay a videographer £300, and keep the £400 profit, which is my goal when I build the business, but also it's my goal to have that photographer on my books full time instead of someone freelance who I don't really trust. You have to trust that person to be able to shoot and deliver the content exactly how you want it. And maybe during my time of having this marketing agency, I've just become negative to the fact where I don't think people's work is better than mine, or they won't be as good as me, which means my client expectations are going to be here, and then when I start subbing out the work, it's going to be down here, and I could potentially lose the client. I don't know, it's just something that I'm not really into. However, in the future, because everything is done through me, I can obviously only take on a certain amount of clients. I can't just take on 50 clients when it takes me a day to shoot the client. It just mathematically obviously doesn't work out. So when I do either 1.5x/2x my business, I will have to bring someone in to help me shoot the content, so the time is worth it, if that makes sense. But if you're sitting there right now thinking you can just start a social media agency, get on the call to someone, sign him for £1,000 a month, and then think you're going to make that £1,000 a month when you can't do any photos or videos and you don't have a Scooby about how to edit a photo, it's just not going to work. My advice for you just starting would buy a camera and just start shooting anything. I mean, I started from taking photos off a Coke can on my desk, and I learned how to edit, how to get the colors right, this, that, the other. I mean, if I'm being completely honest, if I look back just a year ago, 12 months ago, when I started my social media agency, this is the photography camera that I'm filming on, actually, so you can kind of gauge the quality. My photos were awful. Somebody could honestly do a better job on portrait mode. And if that's going to be a weakness within your company, clients are going to see through it and go, hang on a minute, I can do better than Joel on my phone. I can upload it right there and then. Why am I paying £1,000 a month? So if it's me giving you advice coming from where you are at the moment, and I've been through that and I've done it, I would honestly say learn how to do videos, or not really videos, photos mainly. Learn how to do photos and get the grips of it so you can retain 100% of the profits of your retainer. Now, talking about retainers, I see so many times online, all you need to get is one client for £3,000 a month and you can leave your 9-to-5 job. Like, oh my god, the amount of ads I've seen promoting that is beyond belief. Let me tell you something, right? I've been in the game 12 months. I'm not an expert. I'm a very small marketing agency. I've got a personal relationship with all my clients. It's just very friendly and homely. But there's not one client that I can even think of, not even a friend of a friend of a friend who's got loads of money. There's not even a client I can think of that's going to give me £3,000, £4,000, £5,000 a month, a retainer. Like, my retainers range from £600 to £1,200 a month. For me to be on the phone to someone and say, yeah, mate, it's going to cost you £3,000 a month, it blows my mind, let alone their mind on the receiving end of the phone call. I mean, look, if it's a client like a dentist and you're completely doing everything and you're probably taking a cut off what you bring into the business, then yes, I understand it. £2,000, £3,000, £4,000 a month is going to be worth it. But for clients like restaurants or kitchen companies or bathroom companies and stuff like that, they're not going to give you £3,000 a month. So make sure your expectations aren't that much. You have to start where I started from, which I actually still have a lot of clients paying me £600 a month, which I'm happy with. I'm happy with that amount of money because it justifies the amount of work I'm giving them in return for that £600 a month. But the only reason why I'm happy with that money is because if I was a different social media agency and I didn't know how to take photos with a camera or videos with a camera, and I would take that £600, I'd have to find a photographer and a videographer to do it for like £100 in order to retain profit, especially after taxes. And you're just not going to find that. Where they pay me £600, it goes into my bank, I pay my tax, I keep the rest. It just works. There's profit there for me. It's a good amount. And I've got quite a few of them. So it's good money. So I hope this video helped you in one way more than another, but that's pretty much how I started my social media agency. If you have any questions at all, send me a message on Instagram. I promise you, I'm not going to link you to one of my bloody courses. I'll just try and help you out as much as possible, or even better, to help the algorithm of this video, leave a like on the video, subscribe if you guys are new, and any questions, drop them in the comment section. It would help me a lot on this video, and also I will reply to your comment. Any question at all about a digital social media marketing agency, subbing out the work, not subbing out the work, anything about videos or photos, I will help you as much as I can. See you later.